Oh, 6 weeks. So, also to being the second time out the 25 Vulk. So, first instructions, colored in red, search 41501, show design, which is behind a, it should be mentioned that which is so grey over the shirt there, black, which is more accurate to the sets. I should mention there's actually an error with his instructions. So in the set 9, this hinge piece appears. Then in the second, it disappears, and then it reappears for the hinge piece to be attached. And then got piece list, calling all Mixel's code, which is F1RE F1NXRS, which is 5 fingers. There's the 3040 pixel check. Side sides, Lego Club, and then double back cover. And so Vulk sets does overall with sort of I think 61 pieces, but she comes to 58 pieces overall. Find out why later. So here is Vulk. His name is based on Vulcan, so referring to the Roman god of fire and volcanoes. But it could be said that the name Vulk is based on the word volcano. And Vulk is red, mostly a bright shade of red, which is typically used to represent fire. See, these are meant to represent particular, but he does actually have some. He does have these earpieces on top of his head, which nice. It does have prominent large hands, which seem come with some fiery fingers. Looks to it. He doesn't have any flame effect pieces, unlike the other 2014 Infinite. Go on, you think even with all the Infinites in general, doesn't have any flame effects. Very cool. That's the it should be mentioned that the back of his feet, the aren't any pieces attached to them, which may imply that it can be a bit difficult to stand up. But as it stands, he's actually standing just fine, luckily enough. I think in some services it would be difficult to stand up. That's actually all that I can. As it stands, posability. So he does have the one eye. So he is. It's a theme for the series. Exhaust to have one member of each tried to be cycloptic. Vulk is the cycloptic 2014 Infinite. Stand out small. He does a different eyepiece to the other members, which is basically you can pop it off and have it look at any direction that you want. It just wants Vulk look at what's above and that is left. So I think I'll just go for the sky positioning, and there we go. It also has mouth articulation, so he is small amount of, which is very cool. What even causes that opening his mouth actually reveals that he has a fiery tongue, which I think that's a detail that actually reveals a hidden feature in his set. Mind you, when you're building, you're already aware of it, but it's still very cool nonetheless. And then his hands, so they're ball jointed, so can, well, maybe as it starts, can rotate 360 degrees, move forward and back, hinge it up and down. fingers are individually pressable. Again, all of them up and down, which is very. And he has more typical feet. Ball jointed, you can make two splits, along with, of course, rotating them 360 degrees. And that's all. Well, so it does have some interest. Well, his feet are more standard, so he very simple hands, which is it's very personal, which is very cool, and he has mouth articulations. It's very cool. But that actually isn't all, folks, since he is the member to come the Nixel, which is well, the Nixels are the mix of the Mixels, so they're black with a white face, and there's it's a more typical, so having sort of toothy screen, and you got there's robotic hands which can rotate 360 degrees. See here, and his feet are the same pieces as Vulk's ears. There isn't too much to it, but it's a nice feature. What I think makes the set even better is if you rotate. Oh, sorry, rotates Vulk's hair. You can actually have the Nixel go on top, which as it stands is a bit difficult. Try and get the fingers to help with support. It is meant to be doable. There we go. He can actually hold the Nixel with his hand, and I think that's all. So that's we can actually. It's so unfortunately for most of the Mixels that come with Mixels can't properly interact with her, and the fact is great. Now it is holding Mixel with some friction. You can easily just it off and not that secure connection. Still as a. So it's meant to say that his Vulk's hands are very hot, so he's sure that he's actually burning the Nixel by just hold on to it. And that's all that I have to say about Servo. So overall, this to the Infinite known as the most poor is Flame, who is just the most iconic Mixel. But he is such my favourite sorts of all the of all the Infinites, not just the 24, all of the general, and he is my favourite sort of Mixels. Although he might not have the most interesting design, I think he's a very plus. So he actually has mouth articulation. It's a hidden feature with his mouth, his fiery tongue, and he is the Mixels do interact with, including Nixel the best, which is a very. I do think is very, very cool. And I think the only complaint that I have is that I think it would be nice if he had pieces at the back to make it easier to make it stand, especially in some surfaces. And so I would give him a 8.5 out. So of X.